In the previous Panchayat elections in Gujarat, the Congress had won 23 district panchayats, 151 taluka panchayats, it won 12 nagar palikas. Now those numbers have crashed in March 2021. But could it be that there was anger at this moment, that anger has found an outlet, that anger is now out, and by 2022, people have already told the BJP, they told the Yogi Adityanath government, we're upset with you. And then
now there is very quickly one interesting point.
Yes.
When I was looking at the micro analyzing the data in Western UP, if you look into the upper Doab belt, basically, which covers everything from the bordering Gautam Buddha Nagar of NCR Delhi right up to Saharanpur, I found a very interesting take over there. Now, that's the only region in Uttar Pradesh where BJP has a clear lead over the opposition. And this is the region, this is the rural election, and this is the region where the entire might of the leaders of the farmers' protest came from. So that was very, very intriguing for me. I mean, looking at the farmers' protest and everything, every analyst would have observed that, okay, BJP should have been wiped out in this region. But what has happened is just the bang opposite. It is the opposition which has scored less than the BJP in this particular
so we'll park that thought. We'll come to the farmer agitation in a moment. But Rahul Verma, like what happened in the Gujarat assembly elections, could anger have found an outlet? The anger is now out. The BJP has time till next year to try and assuage the concerns. The people have warned them. Now they have the opportunity to work on fixing the anger levels.
Sure, absolutely. You are right about this, Rahul. Let me also make 2 points. One, I think, on why did the UP government went ahead with the Panchayat polls. So for that, I don't know who to blame, but Allahabad High Court in its order on February 5, in a way, forced the UP government to hold this poll. They said the elections have to be completed by April 30th. These elections should have taken place last year in October, November. They were not held. And then the basically court intervened and said this thing. The second, while, I agree with the anger and dissatisfaction, you also need to, one need to keep in mind that BJP does well in urban areas of Uttar Pradesh. So it is a party which basically wins a lots of seats in cities of Uttar Pradesh. But given what we see in this data, you are absolutely right that they have been warned and they have a year to work on. You can very well take the example of even West Bengal, which recently concluded. Mamata Banerjee was warned in 2019. Right, in a way, by the voters basically gave 40% vote share to BJP and 18 seats. In some ways, Mamata basically covered lots of ground. There were, of course, BJP's own overestimation and fallings, but Mamata managed to basically overturn the rising tide in a year.
Okay, Ghanshyam Tiwari, respond to that very strong argument made by Rahul Verma that this is actually a warning. It's come well in time. Of course, it's a loss of prestige, but the BJP now has 1 year to pay heed to that anger and try and manage it.
Anger, manage it. Are we all blind? We don't see that district after district hospitals don't have oxygen, don't even have paracetamol, ivermectin, Zincovet. Show me one hospital, Rahul, in Uttar Pradesh that has a perfectly working COVID protocol in process. Just one hospital. Show it to me from Varanasi. Do we not see the images of every day mothers carrying the dead body of their sons in e-rickshaw? Has the state government done anything? The Chief Minister stands up in his red podium and says that everything is hunky-dory, everybody has oxygen, every bed is there, the medical system which has collapsed, is working. When a Chief Minister is deaf and blind and has been busy campaigning, do people not see? Are people not seeing that they are left helpless?
Okay, Sanju Verma, respond to that charge that the Chief Minister downwards, the government is coming across as being tone deaf, that when you say there is no problem, that there is no shortage of oxygen, when people are struggling, literally gasping for air, dying in the villages and cities, there's a big contrast. We did a ground report in Uttar Pradesh in different places between the claims made by the government and the ground reality. It was a shocking ground report.
Rahul, let me make my point, because as I can, see, you have a completely anti-BJP panel, which is fine, because BJP is used to, this BJP versus all. Let me just remind Ghanshyam Tiwari, before he waxes eloquent about how people are dying, etc. Has Akhilesh Yadav done anything for his constituency? No. Has Sonia Gandhi done anything for Rae Bareli? No. Has Rahul Gandhi done anything for Wayanad? No. What do the opposition leaders and their representatives come and do 24/7 on national TV? Come and whine, fret and fume against the Modi government. This is not hubris speaking, but more than 17 crore vaccines were given free to states. More than 16 crore people have been vaccinated in 112 days in India. It took USA 121 days and China 132 days to vaccinate 16 crore people. So our vaccination rate is the fastest globally. We have a recovery rate of close to 89% amongst the best, and a fatality rate is 1.1%. And let me tell you, who is giving oxygen cylinders to states currently? Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi. Who's providing ICU beds? Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi.